When you make it, you'll realize that you always had it in you.
Once something's important to you, it never leaves your mind.
I was poor because I didn't have anything, but I was rich because I had a dream.
I say chase your dreams, man. Do that thing, man, that keeps you up at night.
It's really a matter of protecting your dreams, protecting your imagination.
And I want you to actively try to expand your image of yourself.
You see, your dreams, you either pursue them or they can haunt you.
I'm just afraid that if I died today, that my life would have amounted to nothing.
Dreams don't happen overnight.
There's a difference between knowing the path and walking.
When you're on your way up, everyone roots for you because you remind them of their dreams.
There's no way you lose when you go after a dream.
Is I hope you chase those dreams with a burning desire.
The price you will pay for not making your dream come true,
only thing you know is you can never stop,
is far greater than the one that you will pay to make it come true.
When you're at the top, everyone tears you down because you remind them that they gave up on them.
Question time.
What's your dream?
I heard a quote one time from Vincent van Gogh that really rang true. He said, he has dedicated his life to his art and he has lost his mind in the process. When I sat and I thought about that, it sounded very familiar.
Means that as you walk through life in your normal mode, things will call to you. And if you pursue them, they will take you deep. It doesn't really matter what it is that calls. What matters is that you pursue it and you pursue it to the depths. And as you pursue it to the depths, you will become transformed.
It's like the difference between good and great, it is underestimated by most humans. It's like if you want to be good, you can be talented and be good, but if you good and you just wake up and be good, you're not gonna be me. If you're not doing 70-hour weeks on your craft, right? And it's like that is such a hard thing to communicate to people.
It is impossible until some crazy son has the audacity to believe that no matter what the expert or the doctor says, I can still do that. And if you don't believe it, just sit your ass down over there and watch me do it. You don't believe it.
When you're pursuing your destiny, when you identify with your destiny, you have to be selfish, you have to be maniacal, you have to be uncompromising. Delusion. Complete delusion. You gotta believe the delusion. Because it's only delusional until it works.
Is a reminder for the gladiators in the arena who feel beat up and scarred with no hope in sight. Hard feels shitty. This is what hard feels like, and this is why most people can't do it, but you can.
The price you will pay, the suffering you will go through to make your dream come true is incredibly small, infinitely smaller than the price you will pay if you never do. You'll pay that one the rest of your life. And so ask yourself what you're willing to risk. What's the price you're willing to pay? Because what most people do when they're trying to chase their dream or their big outcome, the whole time they're negotiating the price in their head. They're negotiating it. Should I continue to do it? Is it worth it? I don't know if I can continue anymore. It's getting higher, and that price is failure.
You gotta fight. It's hard. You're gonna have days where you don't wanna do anything. You're gonna have days where getting out of bed is the hardest motherfucking thing you ever did in your life. You gotta get the fuck up and you gotta get in the fucking fight. That's reality. The minute you lay down is the minute that all those demons and all that anxiety and all that stress and all that fear can get you.
And through all the fire and through all the flame and through all the pain, I hope that you find happiness deep in your heart.
When you accomplish everything that you set out to accomplish, you'll look back on these days and smile. Because if only you knew where you'd end up, the sleepless nights wondering if you'll make it, you would have been laughing too.
tell all of you that are out there chasing a dream to keep chasing it. I know right now you might feel alone. You might feel like it's just you out there doing it. Everyone thinks you're crazy. Let me tell you something. I want you to hear me. Yes, you. You were born to do something great with your life. There's this part of your heart that wants to be somebody so bad, that wants to make a difference for other people, that wants to win, that wants to accomplish something great.
That the worst thing in life, the worst feeling of all, is to feel that you wasted your potential, that you had dreams and you never even tried them, and then you're in your 50s, your 60s, you're facing death. Why was I alive? I didn't do it. I could have done this, that, or that. Never even tried. Remind yourself of that.
I have given every single thing, every ounce of my life to this craft, to perfecting my craft, and I continue to do so. And in the process, I have lost my mind, but in a good way, to regular society, to people who wake up at 9 a.m., who clock out at 5 p.m. They would look at me and say, I've lost my mind, but me, I have found it almost.
That's the call. And that can happen in any direction, virtually any direction. You just have to pursue it with sufficient faith.
You can't stop people from trying to limit your dreams, but you can stop it from becoming a reality.
The world belongs to optimists.
Dreams are something you have to believe in.
So I applaud you for your dreaming, for your running toward your dream. I applaud you for believing in yourself, because that's what life is about.
Dream big, dare to dream, because everything is possible.
Are you willing to do what it takes to make that dream a reality? See, not while you're sleeping, but every darn day you wake up. Because if it does, good morning.
I almost gave up on mine. To all of you out there, please keep your dreams alive.
You have to keep fighting. You have to wake up and do your fucking job. Even if you have to crawl through it, you've got to get up and do it. Because the minute you lay down, it's got you forever, bro, and you can't get out of it.
Following your dreams is a lonely, solitary, scary, dangerous pursuit. You can't wait for somebody to think you can do it.
We humans normally go through life not accepting things. We want things to be different from the way they are. We want to have a better wife or husband. We want our children to be better. We don't like the political system. We want this sort of utopia to suddenly come about. We want people to be different. We want this, we want that. And to Nietzsche, that meant you are anti-life. You are against life because life isn't like that. Life is a series of facts. Life is what it is. We've evolved a certain way. Your reality is a certain way. It is what it is. You want to love life. You want to love fate. And what fate means, things happen to you can't control. You didn't control who your parents are. You didn't control what city you were born into, what school you went into. You didn't control whether you were born rich or poor. There's much you can't control. It's fate. Accept it for what it is. Stop whining. Stop going, I want something else. Embrace your life.
So you did not arrive here to walk lockstep in status quo. No, you did not. You arrived on planet Earth to shatter the status quo, to break free from prevailing paradigms, to not just study history, but to make history. You have come to break free in such a way that who you are as an infinite, divine emanation of pure intelligence, unconditional love, perfect peace, life itself can begin to reveal itself in ways that it never has before because you have never existed before you. live in the inquiry of what can I give, what can I share, how can I shine, how can I radiate, give up the thought of what can I get from the world. The world has nothing for you at all. There is nothing the world has for you other than an opportunity for you to give, for you to share, for you to serve, for you to radiate, for you to activate your potential. That's all the world has for you.
Your attitude towards life will determine what you get.
We can be the happiest and the most grateful we've ever been while we are going through the most difficult, painful, scary time in our lives.
So, amor fati, I accept it, I love it, I embrace it.
Why do we force? So that we can learn to pick ourselves up.
I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career.
You're not going to score on every shot. Doesn't mean you shouldn't take the shots. Doesn't mean you shouldn't try to hit the goal.
Ever tried? Ever failed?
Like everyone else, you want to learn the way to win, but never to accept the way to lose.
I'm gonna fail.
And you're gonna fail.
I'm gonna fail.
And you're gonna fail.
I'm gonna fail.
And you're gonna fail.
And I will succeed.
And then you're gonna win.
26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed.
If you wanna give up, you can give up. This is your choice.
I've failed over and over and over again in my life.
Now, the only place to go from failure,
And that is why I succeeded.
is to win.
You can't go back. Once you've started this damn journey, you can only go forward.
Try again. Fail again. Fail better.
What if I can become someone that no one thinks I can be?
The hardest choices require the strongest wills.
My brain, you cannot process failure. You're a failure? That's almost worse than death.
The number one reason why people underachieve and fail in life is because the fear of failure holds them back from ever trying. And the reason why people fear failure is they don't understand failure. They don't understand this critical point. If you can understand this point, it can turn your whole attitude around. It's simply this.
Failure is 100% necessary for greatness. To achieve greatness, to have that success, you've got to fail as many times as possible.
Remember, you can't move forward without having failures. It's just impossible.
The truth is, whatever game you play in life, sometimes you're going to lose. A point, a match, a season, a job. It's a roller coaster with many ups and downs. And it's natural when you're down to doubt yourself.
People should know that you never will be able to go through life without failures. Failures make us learn. Failures make you stronger. Pain makes you stronger.
You gotta decide, wait. Even if things don't work out, even if I experience defeat, a failure, that does not make me a failure. It's a difference between failing and being a failure. If things don't work out, if you don't produce the results you want, that's all. But don't confuse who you are with the results that you produce.
My first 9 businesses didn't really amount to anything.
9.
As in, the first one, I spent time on it.
F***ing failed. Second one, this one will be different. F***ing failed.
And then the third one, this one, failed.
And then 6 more after that.
And it's painful as shit, because the whole time everyone is telling you, I told you so.
And they're right. Today.
But but not forever.
Failure is an indispensable part of success. Failure is essential to success. That if you avoid failing, you cannot succeed.
It's not the critic who counts. It's not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done it better. The credit belongs to the person who's actually in the arena.
The person we really admire isn't only the person who wins, and it's because we're looking for something deeper.
Whose face is marred with blood and sweat and dust. Who, at the best, in the end, knows the triumph of high achievement, and who at worst, if he fails daring greatly.
We're looking for that, the manifestation of character that allows you to win across the set of possible games.
No one has ever achieved anything if they haven't faced failures, if they haven't had disappointments. To achieve anything in life, you have to be prepared to take on the odds.
The flower that blooms in adversity is the most rare and beautiful of all.
And then once you recognize that part of that monster or all of that monster is you, that's when you can actually start fulfilling your dreams and living the life that you're meant to live.
All of us, nobody's perfect. We failed too many times. We have so many uncertainty in our life that we have to be capable when we are down to stand up. It's part of the journey, it's part of the process, it's part of our education. In my case, I learn the most when I'm down.
You might never fail on the scale I did, but some failure in life is inevitable. It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail by default.
You have to achieve failure. You have to take it that far. Nobody wants to go that far. It's too scary. But you know something? I got news for you. That's where winning is.
Sorry? Faced adversity. The true greats can conquer adversity, and that's what I said to myself every day in that camp. The true greats come through adversity.
The moment of failure and the atmosphere and the finality of it all and the audience, and I felt demoralized.
I don't look at failure as failure. I look at failure as attempts at what I'm trying to accomplish. So what that means is this: you are just as tough as all the other people that have endured what you are enduring right now. So always stay in the fight.
To accept defeat, to learn to die is to be liberated from it. So when tomorrow comes, you must free your ambitious mind and learn the art of dying.
You stop being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame, like a big shadow. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Wake up. We have a moral burden to bear, and that's the adventure of our life.
So, you got two choices. One, you get scared, you give up, and then you burn up. Then the second one,
or I can totally just sack it up and fail and fail and fail until I succeed.
And you have not failed. What you've done is you've learned. And you're still alive. So get up and go get after it.
Who do you follow on Instagram? Write it down. Who do I follow? Who do I rate? If I look at your phone log, your history of the last 5 people you spoke to, who is the last person you had a real meaningful conversation with? If it was no one, that's a problem. If it was your parent or someone you admire or someone you want to be like, that's good. So let's talk about the 4th C. The 4th C, if you want to be motivated, if you want to achieve something with the potential that you have, is choice. Choice. I choose to sit at the front and take notes. I choose to drive 150 miles to help people. I choose to sit down on this bus. I choose. You don't get to choose for me. And I've been saying that my whole life, and so have these people in the room with these t-shirts on. I choose. You don't get to decide. You do not get to decide what subject I choose, which uni I go to, what I become. And that's one of the biggest realizations for me recently that we've been discussing is no matter how much you may try to bury me, I realize I'm a seed and man, I'm just gonna bloom. So come at me. And that's the same thing I want you to realize, that in any moment, in this moment right now, the next 10 minutes, you have a choice. And that choice is, we've given you the 4 C's. But you gotta go home and you gotta think about, yeah, like they were a bit mad and a bit passionate, they gave out their money, but how do I apply this stuff? The only knowledge that matters is the knowledge that you apply. So what do you choose? If you wanna stay motivated in life, if you wanna be as great as Malcolm X, you gotta realize something. A man who stands for nothing will fall for anything. What do you stand for? What is your legacy going to be? Who do you hang around? What do you represent? Not just in person, but your influence. Even in the sessions today, look, right now, some people still talking. You're having an influence on your friends right now. She ain't your friend right now. I'm trying to help you. And I'm saying it not because I'm trying to be judgmental or negative towards you, but I just want to be real in this room and be 100% honest. If you don't tell me something about the flaws I'm making, how am I supposed to know? I can't watch my own back. So I need you to watch my back. That's community. But you have to choose those things. So if you want to be motivated, what do you want to choose?
People go, what's your biggest fear in life?
You ever feel like nothing good was ever gonna happen to you?
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate.
I have spent my whole life scared.
Fear is the path to the dark side.
If you didn't withdraw in fear from everything that life threw at you, who could you become?
The best way to fight the
you.